Hello, welcome. I'm Mod Purky. I'm joined by Mod Chaos on my right and Mod Orion on my left.
Hi.
And we are going to talk a little bit about Elite Dungeons, the second one, the Dragonkin Laboratory.
Number 2.
How can we get there? I think that's one of the most important questions.
Alright, so you may have seen already that, if I go to the world map real quick, if it loads.
Real quick.
Yeah, I know, right? It's right here, in this old building here. We've given this a bit of a make-up. We've made it safe to be there. But obviously, you've got to walk up to the wilderness to get in here. But there's a couple of safe methods you can do instead. So I'm sat here at Demonheim for a reason, because the general Elite Dungeons reward shop is here. We've added Amanishi teleports and Dragonkin Lab teleports as well, so I'll just buy one of those real quick. You can just teleport straight there, which is nice.
How else can we get there? How else can we teleport there?
There is also an option with the grouping system. So if you're going like with Elite Dungeon 1, if you're going in a group, you will need to use the grouping system. You do that, join the queue. I haven't done Elite Dungeon 1 on this account, so I can't actually do it.
Might want to set some...
yeah, I might want to set it up in a second. But if you've done Elite Dungeon 1, you can play Elite Dungeon 2, and you can get in a group and use the normal teleport system through the grouping system.
Yeah.
Again, it will chuck you straight here at the start.
So to clarify the requirements for Elite Dungeon 2 Dragonkin Laboratory, you can get in there if you've done Temple of Amanishi on story mode after the Monday update.
Mm-hmm.
And also if you've already killed Seryu on normal mode, that's group or solo, you'll be allowed to go straight in there.
Yeah, we're already tracking that.
When the update goes live. Yeah, so you've set story mode?
I've set story mode, so I'll be able to go in. Yep, this banker was always here. You can still use him. It's in a safe zone. If you try and leave, it's just like, hold on a minute, you're going into the wilderness. Are you sure? We robbed this from Demonheim, didn't we? That same entrance.
Totally.
Don't tell them that.
I've recoded it really nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna point that out there.
Fine.
If you're in a PvP fight, you can't run straight in. You have to finish a fight, and so you can't just dip while you're in like level 50 world into a safe zone either.
So that banker, he has requirements. Is that correct?
No, I thought he did, but I think we were talking about it when we made Wildy tasks and never implemented that.
Okay, so it's free for all. You can.
So you can just use him.
Excellent. That's good to know.
It's always good to have another bank space or a bank place.
Yeah, I mean, Amanishi didn't have a banker outside of it, so this is actually quite a nice little quality of life.
I mean, with it being near wilderness as well, if you did want to run up naked with nothing on you, you can go and get all your stuff there.
Yeah. There's also obviously max guild teleport. You can retune it, so that's your third way of getting
straight here too.
Yeah.
And then this is the entrance. So we've got the same kind of loot chest as before, so you can teleport around the dungeon once you've made enough progress on each run. And this collects all your treasure up as well, like the Sophonem chest.
It's the same chest.
Yes, this is the same inventory as the Amanishi one. So if you've got rewards from that, these will all stack into the same one. Knocking the microphone over.
Just to clarify two quick things. You don't have to put in the chat exclamation mark drop. You will still get it. And it's not more bank space, it's just another additional bank. It was my fault there. just to clarify, before we start promising things suddenly.
Yeah.
So we've still got Brill Foxdotter here. She is kind of your liaison, I guess, for the Elite Dungeons.
She's your tour guide, in a way.
So if you come up here before you've done Dungeon 1, she's like, I'm investigating this, but we can't get in yet. When you've done it, she's like carrying on the story, I guess.
What happens if you click her?
If you click her, so we've got some gold memo. So she's the reward shop, but because we've delayed the release a bit, it's like, you've been patient with us, so we've given you a little gift. You get some of the reward shop things just for free.
Yeah.
I can show you in here. That's not loaded for some reason. That's boring. There it is. Okay, we good. Heart attack now.
Is this the first time this character's ever been on? This is a new character.
I think so. Yeah.
Cool, that's
so you can buy the tally tabs from here again. We've got Lucky Charms, same as we had for Amanishi. These will work inside Dragonkin Lab.
They guarantee a rare drop, don't they, when they proc?
When they proc, they guarantee something off that rare table.
Cool.
So
it's worth having a bunch of those, a stack of those in your inventory when
just for running through and clearing out monsters. Yeah, because you'll get extra free loot. the Vital Spark drop enhancer. So whenever you get a Vital Spark, you will get an extra Vital Spark, and it will delete one of those instead.
For the small
So-
price of 1k DG tokens, you
Yeah.
get an extra Vital Spark. All right, cool.
So sigils being super expensive, maybe a bit more affordable now.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee
I mean,
it's going to be a welfare thing in
It makes
every
me,
PVM thing.
it makes my Corrupted
Ever,
Scorpion runs a bit more, all of that nonsense
Profitable,
a bit
yeah.
more profitable. Yeah, that's good.
Shifting Tombs reward enhancer, they get used up when you enter Shifting Tombs, and you get a bonus if you finish the tomb.
Yeah, it's a big old increase. I think it's at least 50% increase to the XP and the GP that you receive on completion of the Shifting Tomb. So, like on double XP weekends, on Menethos weekends, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy awesome.
Yep. I've got pet here.
Oh,
It's locked though. You can't buy it.
oh,
yet.
why is it locked?
Oh, you got to do one of the Chivos first. If you finish that Chivo, you can buy it.
Okay, so
You just mentioned getting a reward, or a gift kind of.
Yes.
We've delayed it a little bit, and you've been so patient. We've of course got our Gold Premier members.
Yep. So Gold Prem Club, same place as usual at GE. You can go and claim some more of these doodads. So you get a nice little bonus
Cool.
before you've even started. Should we take a trip inside?
I
I'm
think we
excited.
Probably should.
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Can also
Normal
just wander
story.
off.
Normal or story? Oh, why don't we go on normal mode?
Let's go normal.
Yeah. 'cause
Excellent.
We might see some loot. and things
Before I
like
get wrecked while we're busy talking, I'm going to set up things so I don't die. So yeah, this is the interior. It's very fiery and molten-y, as you'd expect underneath the wilderness, and you've got loads of Dragonkin architecture. I think we've kind of discussed
Definitely.
these on previous streams as
Skip
well.
over the
but-
slimes.
All right, cool. So yeah, we've got lab slimes. They count as cave slimes for Slayer. So yeah, anything in here that is for Slayer doesn't have a Slayer requirement, because we want you to play the dungeon without having to have
Yes.
101 Slayer or whatever.
Cool.
But it still counts for Slayer tasks. So if you wanted to do your Slayer task in here, you still could.
And I recommend it because the XP is like maybe 3 times more or something like that per kill, and you can get that in a group as well. So it's really awesome.
If you wanted to
You
blast
get
through
some
it.
nice loot Dungeoneering tokens.
Yeah.
So
If you stack, for example, a Celestial Dragon task and do a weekend of Elite Dungeon 2, you'll get a ton of Slayer XP. And for example, Astalan is a Celestial Dragon.
Yeah, that's
She's
boss one.
She's the first Celestial Dragon, and she counts as.
So all
Slayer
three other
task.
bosses count for Slayer tasks, I think.
Yeah, they do. Black Dragon, Celestial Dragon, and Gemstone Dragon.
Yes.
Small
I was like,
hint. Small hint.
how much you
So
how much you spoiling there?
I was very, very prepared to accidentally reveal the kind of identity or nature of the final boss. But yeah, you guys pretty much got it on Reddit earlier today, so I'm not too worried about it as
Okay.
well.
We've got the same deal with story. So as you can see, there's a journal page down there.
get it.
Okay, I'll go grab it. You assemble these like books, so it's like this is like Dungeon 1. It's like the Ascension Dungeon. You just find them all over the place,
Yeah, that's it.
and you build up kind of a story. This one's a bit more fragmented because it takes place over like a course of time, and it's 3 characters that are all
Yeah.
writing it. You're all kind of collating it all together. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a bit of a garbled mess. But you'll be able to work out kind of the timeline of what went on in the Dragonkin lab while
Yeah.
it was still populated.
They're all like parts of diaries and research notes, and Mod KOC wrote this, and he done a really good job. We were all kind of really happy with the outcome of the book.
We've got a couple of other lore drops from
Yes.
boss 1 and 2. So what was her name?
Mod Scorpio.
Mod Scorpio wrote one
Yeah.
of them,
She's a parting
and-
gift to us.
and Mod Raven wrote the other one.
Yeah,
So,
they're both very
we've got-
cool and very different from each other.
yeah, absolutely. The tones are all well, not all over the place.
I think
They're,
that
they're
makes it
different
a
from
more-
each other. But
One's
What
like
nice
romantic
are they?
comedy, right? And the other's kind of like torture. It's like body horror. And you can guess who wrote which one.
yeah,
Oh.
Raven with the rom-com there.
Oh man.
Not quite. But yeah, unlike the first dungeon, which was 5 distinct sections, this is all one big massive cave.
Will your Slayer helmet work here?
It should do.
Yeah, if you're on a Slayer task.
We
it
haven't
works the
turned it
same
off.
way, Yeah.
Awesome.
The spiders are a spider task.
Yeah, spiders are
strike
spiders. I
worms
think-
are a strike worm task.
There are probably like 2 NPCs that aren't Slayer tasks. in
Yeah,
there.
right. Probably the animated books and
yeah.
a couple of mini bosses, maybe.
Oh, and these guys that we're just about to come up to. So
Yeah.
we may have repurposed a model from Lost Grove here. We've got these magma golems, which look really, really cool. And this is what the pet is based off.
Yeah.
So the achievement is also based on these guys as well. Maybe leave it to you guys to find out what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you'll log on Monday and scroll through the achievement list. Do you want to open up the achievement page? Not necessarily show everything. I don't even care anymore. It comes out on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Who cares, man?
All right, I'm gonna go up to save zone so I can get this opening.
Yeah.
All right, so achievements. We've got elite dungeons. How many achievements do we have for boss one, dungeon one?
It was 17 achievements total before.
We're now up to 39. We've now got kind of an overall one for doing all of the achievements in all the dungeons.
Yeah.
There's one overall for doing all of the achievements in Dragonkin Lab. Of course, the Amanishi ones are all here, and we've got a few more a bit further down.
You're getting hit by
Here we
laboratories.
go. I really am getting bodied by them. So yeah, we've got here. Oh, it's still covering me up.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's dead.
Bloop. They've seen the bloop.
We've still seen the.
That's fine. There are bloops. Bloops
There
bloops
are
happen.
bloops. There are goopy bloops.
Bloop
Laboratory
happens,
science,
boys.
Yeah. So yeah, find all the law books is one. We've got beat Astalan with taking like minimal damage from one of her moves.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Oh, defeat Astalan while leaving some of the ads up, and if you do that, you're going to be taking chunky damage through the fight. So
A lot of these achievements are quite simple. Just bring the correct gear setup. Whereas others are
some are more challenging than others as well. Some
Yeah.
are like super easy and just for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a bunch of interesting ones. I'll scroll down a bit.
Right, cool.
Probably see 'em
for,
all there.
for those of you who are wondering what the third boss is, we did just reveal it.
I was curious
So
whether you would know that.
You can pause. I know Rubik or Suti will pause the stream.
Or you can wait till Monday and find
They
it out
won't
for
do
yourself.
that. When,
Keep it a
when,
surprise for yourself.
when have they ever done that?
Hey man, I know some people that would. I'm sure.
Do you want
Surprise. Do you want to jump forward a bit?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay. Let's jump up to boss one, shall we?
Yes.
We've got loaded celestial dragons in.
Nice
So
dragons.
Celestials
Yeah.
have a different mechanic to the Celestials in
Yeah,
in
so they
Slayer.
don't stop time; they reverse time and heal themselves.
Yeah.
You will see when that happens, and you can stop it by stunning them.
Yes.
But it's a cool little niche, and the other mechanic is the existing mechanic is really annoying here because they've got higher life points, so you can't just beast them down and before it even happens.
And if you manage to pull like 4 celestial dragons and they keep stunning you all the time, yeah, we decided to not, do something a bit different and force you to stun them instead.
Yeah. We've shown this boss off before.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to engage it or.
Nah, don't engage it.
But yeah, I guess we won't.
just
I guess we
you
won't
walk
show
past
anything
it.
off in terms of no, because she'll attack me if I get too close.
So she's really cool. She's got a pretty nice little storyline. And again, if you read the lore books and some of her dialogue, you'll realise quite quickly that she's pretty insane.
Much as are all of the celestial dragons.
Yeah, indeed. What's that? What did she just say?
All of space and time, and I missed the rest of it.
Fair
I
enough.
don't remember what the line was off the top of my head.
But this fight, like I said on the stream on Tuesday, this is going to hit you like a freight train. It's probably one of the more difficult fights in the dungeon, but it's over quite quickly if you do it right.
Yep.
Its intensity is probably the highest out of the bosses in the dungeon, and each boss feels slightly different, and you'll be able to tell us, which one is your favourite. So yeah, like give us feedback on how you liked each boss and whatnot. I'm sure you will anyway.
Someone asking about Hex Hunter.
Oh, she's gone. Bye.
She
There
kind
you
of
go.
flies up and back down again. It's
Oh
one of the
my
idle
gosh.
animations, but yeah.
Dragons flying in RuneScape. What's this?
Oh dear.
Never seen that before.
No.
Should we shoot forward a little bit more?
Yeah, let's
Alright,
go.
cool.
Can, right?
So once you get out of the labs, you kind of walk
Yes.
over here and climb down into these lava fields, get attacked by everything else. Got lava strike worms. You can fight lava strike worms safely now for your Slayer task.
Yeah.
You won't get searing ashes. You still have to go into PvP zones to get that.
Yeah.
They're still money. Don't worry.
There's a lot of hide and bones and all sorts and rare drops and things like celestial hand wraps and I still can't remember whether we added the Rune Dragon magic attachment or whether it was the melee attachment.
It's the Glaven wingtip, which I think is ranged.
Is it ranged?
I think it's ranged,
all right,
yeah.
well, wrong 2 out of 3. Fair enough.
Oh, one of the mini bosses has found me. So this is Shul the Molten.
You guys may have noticed that you can right-click mark these now.
Yep.
What
So
we've
like
done-
DG, you can mark them and your buddies can see and be like, oh, I guess we should fire that one first.
Yeah. So it's handy for focusing your DPS in a group. Or
I erupted all over you.
Makes it easier
Yeah.
to cooperate,
oh
right?
no! Of course, that mini boss had to spawn.
Hey, you wrote that.
No. Fair enough. Ignore that. He's a bit weird. It's fine. The mini boss is a bit weird.
Someone asking about Dragonbane. Dragonbane works on all the dragons in here.
Should we show a bit of Veracliffe and then move
Sure.
on? Let's talk
jump
about
up
something else.
to
How many mini bosses do we have in total?
13.
Yeah, 13 in this
Yeah,
dungeon.
but 4
Alright.
spawn
Yeah,
per
we
dungeon
jump
run.
over to
Alright.
here. This is the arena. See these eggs? Oh, what might they be? I got a bit too close now. Now he's attacking me.
Our makers has long since left.
He can still
mortal.
reach. He's got pretty big range, as you can see.
Ooh,
Am I
I think you need to
far
go a
enough
little
away
bit
yet?
further.
Yeah.
It's fine. He can keep animating for us.
They only chased you because you teleported after they fired.
Yeah, you saw those eggs in there. They are mechanic in the fight. I won't tell you what they do though. But yeah, this is a different KBD, which again is explained in the story.
Yeah. There's a small reference to the game Armies of Gielinor as well. So this guy has a nickname called Flame Tongue, and it's an old King Black Dragon referenced in that game.
This is kind of his older brother, but not strictly.
Is it the same clutch or is it?
I
don't
don't
it's-
think like explained
Yeah.
explicitly.
Same experiment. Same experiment, but slightly more awesome. 'cause
Yeah, I
had
think
some
he's
things
considerably younger as well. So
Right, that makes sense.
yeah, the arena's quite big here as well, and as you can see, you kind of climb over these big rocks. So we're using the environment
Yeah.
quite interestingly here. And these barriers go up.
I feel like we should mention the additional chest and the teleport.
Oh
after
yeah,
this
of
boss.
course. So because this is kind of a big windy path, it got quite annoying having to run all the way back down again.
Yeah.
Because the path splits at this point. So you come up from the lava fields and then you kind of wind back up that way. But boss 3 is actually through this massive barrier which comes down after boss 2 is dead.
Yeah. You have to walk
So we
all the
put
way
we
back.
put an extra chest in here that unlocks the teleport after you beat boss 2.
Yeah.
How
So you can
kind.
just jump straight back down again.
That's it. And we probably will do something similar with Amanishi because we know from some player feedback that the third area is huge and some people die there because of things like, I don't know, Death Lotus assassins killing people pretty
Yeah, area
horribly.
3 is massive.
Let's
we
'cause
jump
we-
outside and then talk about some of the other rewards. for
Yes,
the
let's
bosses?
talk
do
about
that.
abilities and stuff.
Alright, I'm just going to shoot back outside.
So one of the things that I announced about a month ago or so is that we were not going to do a boss pet for Dragonkin Laboratory, and that's because the original plan was to do a retexture or a remodel of something, reusing some aspect of something we already have in the game, whether that be an animation or whatever, because the original purpose of the Elite Dungeons project was to try and create some fun PVM content out of a very efficient agile practice, and that meant reusing some things. And the feedback that we got from the Seryu boss pet, Kuroryu, was that you guys didn't see it as special as it could have been, or didn't think it was as special as it could have been because it was a repaint. We unpacked the texture and we repainted it and we added it back onto the model. It wasn't like, oh, we got a brand new model, blah blah blah. So what we've done is we have promised a boss pet for Dragonkin Laboratory, but we don't have a boss pet. So we were just going to be like, oh, sorry, you don't have one, but we're dropping a token inert Blackstone crystal that you will be able to unlock in Elite Dungeon 3 when we release it in a few months'
So
time.
you can still get the boss pet while you're...
Yeah,
But you just won't be able to use it because it doesn't exist yet.
yeah. And that will be active from Monday. The thresholds will be in place. There will be checks. So you can grind for the boss pet now, no problem. And yeah, when we release it in Elite Dungeon 3, I think what we'll do is we'll have a really cool little cutscene or interaction or something with Elite Dungeon 3, and it will be very thematic and very appropriate for this boss pet at least. Yeah.
So it's still coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a token in your bank now. It technically counts as unfinished business. Lol.
In the meantime, each boss drops a book codex with a new combat ability upgrade. So with Shattered Worlds, we did Mutated Dazing Shot, and we gave out Salt the Wound with it too. Yeah. We've done a kind of similar thing here for melee. Especially dual wield melee has real trouble with stuff that moves around, or if you have to get out of the way. Throwing channeled abilities out all the time is really annoying. So we've given you a Mutated Flurry now. So what this does, in fact, before that, original Flurry is really annoying because if you miss any of your hits, it just ends the ability.
Yeah, what a terrible idea.
Yeah, we just changed that now. It's fixed. You just do the whole ability, regardless of whether you missed or not.
That's like a free little upgrade.
Yeah,
to
that's on regular Fury and now the Mutated Fury.
Yeah,
not Fury, Flurry even.
Yeah.
So what this does, when you've got the mutated one, is if you're targeting a single target rather than multiple, the damage goes up from 94% weapon damage up to 157.
Yep.
Which is considerably better. Gives a dual wield a bit more of a buff there, and it's still good for regular. And each hit that you land also reduces the cooldown of Berserk by 2 cycles, 1.2 seconds. So if you get the entire thing in, that's like nearly 6 seconds off the Berserk cooldown, which is significant.
Yeah. 4 hits, isn't it?
Is it 4 hits?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 5 seconds total.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which is awesome because you can. How many times can you use it in one Berserk?
In one Berserk, you can just get a third one in.
That's awesome.
Each of those will reduce the cooldown. It's not just one thing and then the cooldowns.
That's pretty cool.
So that's
one.
Real nice.
We have to move on quite quickly, I think.
Next one, we'll go to strength. We've got this new Mutated Fury.
Oh.
So.
What's special about this then? How did it work before?
Oh, hold on. I've missed something else. Have I missed something else? No, I haven't. Sorry. So Fury is a channel ability. You swing it and you do 3 hits. Mutated Fury, you do all the damage in 1 hit now.
Smash.
Nice.
So that's real nice. After you've used Mutated Fury, your next ability has a 10% chance to crit. If Mutated Fury crits, you have a 100% chance to crit.
Yeah. Now,
which is real tasty.
This has an interesting interaction with itself in that if the last move that you used was Mutated Fury and it crits, your next Mutated Fury will 100%
also crit if you don't use another ability in between.
Yeah, if you just leave it and go, I'm just going to use only...
It just means you have that 5-second cooldown plus GCD and you're not doing anything else.
That's fine. I'm going to have one hotbar full of Mutated Fury.
It's an interesting combo there.
I just want to see crits all the time. I feel really powerful. I'll be doing 10% DPS, but it's fine. Right, last one.
Last one
Poggers.
is Mutated Barge. So this one is... Where are my notes?
This has too many effects, guys.
Yeah, this is the real...
This is
the real banger.
Yes.
So, after you've used... for each tick that you're out of... After you've used Barge...
Yeah, out of combat.
Sorry, I've written this down again. Right, so Barge has the base weapon damage of 125%. But each tick after that, until you use it, gets an extra 10% damage weapon damage, up to a cap of plus 100%. So with GCD, it's a 155% weapon damage, which is already good. But if you don't attack for, 10 cycles, which is 6 seconds, you get 225% weapon damage move, which if you're kind of idling between boss attacks or you've had to move out of the way... And
Queen Black Dragon, for example. Running back to the corners and clicking the...
That's real nice. You get extra damage for that.
Yeah.
When you had to wait and when you couldn't do damage anyway.
Yeah.
If you're out of combat for at least 8 cycles, that's 4.8 seconds. Your next melee channel ability becomes damage over time instead.
Which is amazing.
So this is regular Fury, Assault, both flurries,
Destroy
and Frenzy.
Oof.
which is crazy.
Yeah, it's real nice. So you can get that buff ready. So you have to be out of combat for 6 cycles. You use Barge, then
Yeah.
you get the buff.
Not necessarily out of combat, right?
Well, you have to not be attacking something for that amount of time.
Yeah. And then you barge straight in after.
Then you barge,
6
and then you
seconds.
get that buff.
Yeah.
You have 10 cycles to use it.
That sounds about right. Yeah, which is 6 seconds.
Which is 6. So you've got
Got a
6
nice-
seconds to
nice
use
window.
an ability that would be channeled. It becomes damage over time.
Yeah.
And it's slightly different from normal damage over times. So damage over time usually goes on the NPC and starts ticking up.
Yeah.
In this case, the damage is still sourced from the player. So if someone else did the same thing, they wouldn't overwrite each other's dots.
Indeed.
So you can combo all of these up together. It's real nice.
So this is the key thing in RuneScape's combat system, and by design as well for group content. One of you can use Assault, one of you can use Destroy, and you'll have like uber damage. If one of you used Assault and the other person used Assault as a damage over time or combo attack, as we call it,
they'd still both get all of that damage there.
If they both used Assault, you'd overwrite the first person's
No, you
Assault.
wouldn't, because that's channeled. If it was a dot like Dismember,
If you both used the Assault dot,
yeah,
you would overwrite. But if one of you used Assault dot and one of you used Assault normal, then it would all the damage would apply to the target.
Yeah.
So it would be quite interesting to see groups of 3 doing dual world melee and stuff like that, and seeing what kind of damage.
someone asked about if you can get this with Berserk as well. If you can get Berserk and get this combo going in the same period, which I'm sure you can because
Absolutely.
of Ren pots and stuff,
Of course you can.
it works. Of course it works.
Yeah. And it applies after the damage over time is already on the target. Is that correct? Because they roll for damage each time.
So each hit rolls for damage and rolls for accuracy,
That's
which is the offset compared to other dots, which always, if you hit the first one, you always hit all the others.
Yes.
Whereas this one, you're still rolling for accuracy on each one.
That makes sense. Because all we've done is convert them into damage over time, but it's still the same melee combo attack. But the essential, what we've tried to do here is solve a problem instead of just implementing something. And the problem was melee gets left behind. Your channeled abilities are pointless if you need to move.
Or if the boss moves out of the way,
Right.
and you're just swinging at the air then.
Yeah. So I mean that's basically. Is there anything else that we really want to show? Because we have to keep the stream short today, so we're giving you kind of short and sweet.
I
type
can
of-
throw out a few quick lines.
Well, how are we going to get some new armor?
We are. Do we want to show
of
some
course.
of it?
Tier 92 mage armor.
I feel like we kind of bypassed that completely. 'cause
Yeah.
they're half expecting it. Yeah.
Let me turn my overrides off, and I will show this off.
I mean, I love your overrides.
Also,
I mean,
just
that's
to,
why I made them, right?
just to make sure, you can only get these abilities from the boss, right?
The boss,
The
the
bosses.
abilities drop
Or
from the
from the
bosses.
bosses, yeah.
Yeah, they
So
are
each
all
boss-
tradable though, so you can buy
Yes.
them
And you can
off
sell them,
G,
right?
and you can sell them to each other. Yeah. So if I give T92 magic helm used, so I don't have to do that. Let's get the body and legs as well. So this is the upgraded tectonic.
I really wish you showed is it the blood that I absolutely adore, which is some of the dyed
Look at
versions.
that.
This is the
Absolutely
set.
amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking pretty shiny.
Yeah.
I like that it matches with the tails in the dragons, kind of. Same shade of blue, I like that. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
I've got a couple of other things just to run through real quick.
Yeah.
Elite Dungeoneering outfit. It's coming out with this update.
Yeah. Go on.
So if you
Awesome.
if you don't already have it, go unlock the blueprint. You can start getting fragments from clearing DG floors or when you get XP during Elite Dungeons, which is basically killing any monster. What else have we got? Miscellaneous stuff. We're releasing the body with this. We put the Tier 92 range body out recently
Yeah.
after launch. So you're getting the full set with this.
And the buy limit for the Draconic Energy, which is the reagent for this, is at 200 on launch. It's not at like 2 or 1 or
Whatever
whatever
it
we
was.
were
Yeah,
launched
it's
with
super low.
originally. Yeah, how bad. But yeah, you'll be able to purchase this as soon as there are enough of them in the game.
I talked about the Flurry fix. I talked about Slayer. Oh, there's a Reaper task as well for
Yes.
Boss 3.
Absolutely. Collection log. So
Collection. Yeah, there's a collection log for all of the stuff that's in here.
and there's a really cool title. It's the I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah, we'll skip that
Keep
one.
it a secret.
The achievement is called Elite Dungeons and Dragons, which is just such a cool reference. The boss pet token is not on the collection log, but when we release Dungeon 3, we'll add it to the collection log, and you'll be able to unlock it and instantly. Get your token.
Once you set the variable for having the pet, then it will be set on there.
So that will be a non-issue.
The only other thing I've got written down is rare relics.
Ooh.
So the
Yes.
rare Amanishi relics will alch for 1 mil,
Mm-hmm.
and if you disassemble them, they roll on the gizmo table. So you get like a random assortment of
But
stuff.
is it you're
But
guaranteed
now-
something, right? You always
I think
guarantee
you
like
guarantee
a rare.
like uncommon components and stuff.
Okay,
like that.
right. So you can get
So we've
Noxious
changed,
and Rumbling.
so we've
and
changed
stuff.
this now. So the Amanishi rares and the Dragonkin laboratory rares,
Yes.
they still alch for 1 mil,
Yes.
which is always a good option. However, if you disassemble them, you get 1 rare component.
That's it.
So if you're really lucky, you might get Nox components, or you might get Iliankan components, like all the good stuff.
Yeah.
If you're really unlucky, you might get Brassican or like Knightly components. It's
Nothing
like,
wrong with Cabbage Lord.
So it's like, do I take the risk of losing that mill that I could have had for alching it,
And
for the
get a
sake
Rumbling
of,
component.
for the sake of a rumbling component or
Yeah.
a Nox component or something,
That's fine.
or you might get really unlucky and
So
get Knightly or something.
one of the achievements is to disassemble 5
5
of them anyway. So hey, maybe you'll get a Nox or something like that in there. Yeah. All right, I think we should probably wrap up there for the sake of Mod John getting on his way. So thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions, send them to the inevitable Too Long Didn't Watch stream on Reddit, or tweet us on Twitter. JagXKOC, JagX Orion, JagX Sova will be able to answer your questions as well. And yeah, we're gonna have a good weekend and go drink some beers, and then we'll see you Monday.
We're gonna chill for a couple of days.
And when
and
is
then,
this coming into the game?
I'm not gonna joke about it. It's coming out on Monday.
It's gonna be Monday. It's
August
gonna be
13th.
it's gonna be after the summer weekend ends, I guess. I think we tend to do that. We tend to wait till summer weekend ends, just so that
We don't mess anything up with the timings. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, it will be, I don't know, if as long as everything is fine for launch, it'll be sometime after midday UK time. Yeah, or game time.
Cool.
looking good. Hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
Bye bye.